that has its primary focus on statically linked binaries only, which means the aim is that this distribution does not consist of any dynamically linked binaries. I'll get into detail a little bit later on the next slide. It also, well, basically I have to give some background. What upsets me, you have seen I'm using Windows XP on this presentation right now. This is because of Vodafone mobile internet access. It doesn't work on Linux. This is my excuse. So, but what upsets me is that I spend a lot of time configuring and fiddling around with usual Linux distributions, and Starly aims at end users, and it's not supposed to be yet another experimental distribution. Hence, it consists of a collection of the best tools we think and we found in the open source area, and it also features all the sucklist tools, of course. Another difference to normal distributions is the radically cleansed file system structure. Starly does not or attempts to get rid of the user directory and a bunch of other directories. Okay, so what's the intention behind a statically linked only distribution? I don't want to go too much into detail here, but basically we identified that a statically linked only distribution produces smaller binaries. If you get rid of GNU libc, you will see you can have smaller binaries that are statically linked than the GNU libc dynamic counterparts. And this also results in lesser memory consumption, and because we link only to certain parts of a static library, each binary, usually this produces more secure binaries. And because it's statically linked only, each binary has a much faster start-up time. So the overall performance starting up a static or executing a statically linked binary is about 400% faster than dynamically load binaries. Okay, so if you want to follow up with all this, just visit this URL, mail me, or give me a call. I'll be around today in this building. Okay, thank you.
Great, can everyone hear me?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Okay, here you go. Be loud.
Be loud. Hi, I'm Ellen and this is Adrian, and
Hello.
we're from Meet for Real in Ireland. And today we want to talk about designing for socialization. So basically, we're really passionate about socializing, about meeting new people and learning new things, because we think you can learn so much more when you meet new people. And basically, we found in Ireland that it's kind of hard to meet new people. So we think that it's broken. And we wanted to see, by looking at social patterns over time and see how things have changed, that maybe we could hack the way that the brain works, maybe we could hack the environments that we socialize in to maybe make talking to strangers more fun and easier. So we looked at a couple of things like, say, breakfast cereal. In Ireland, I don't know if it's the same here, but over time, like, there'd be pictures on the back of breakfast cereal, and they've got these happy families, and they're all having fun eating cereal together. But actually, breakfast cereal was like one of the things that... Oh, sorry, I think I'm on... sugar, I think it's untimed. But it contributed to the decline of families eating breakfast together because you could eat cereal by yourself. So a little kid can pour his own milk into a cereal, so he doesn't need mom, and they don't have breakfast together anymore. This one then is trains, public transport. People used to socialize when they travel together, but then trains became a more anonymous form of travel. But obviously you can see in this train in India, oh, sugar. How am I going to turn that off?
Turn it on.
I can't. In this train in India, it's kind of hard to ignore each other, but there's a phrase called civil inattention, which is what we've kind of a word that we've made up for the way that we politely ignore each other when we're on a train. So we look into the newspaper, we stare into the distance, and we've even designed trains to make it easier for us to ignore each other by putting the seats in this kind of configuration. And so we also looked at things like, say, social networks. So there's great ways for you to meet strangers online. You can use Imvu, Second Life, forums, all that kind of stuff, Twitter. And there's great ways for you to socialize with your existing friends online, like Farmville and Facebook, or lots of games, social games online. But we thought, like, this isn't good enough. You know, I mean, computers are great, and we all love spending a lot of time in front of the computers. But we're social animals. Emotions are contagious. If I see a cute guy and I make eye contact with him, I'm going to get dopamine released in my brain, and it's like a completely emotional reaction. So we wanted to see if we could make that better.
Yeah, so now basically, you see, we go to a lot of events, and we know, like, technology is amazing. We've achieved so much for the last 20 years, 40 years, but we're still here. We still love face-to-face, no matter what, and how much hardcore technology we built. And as you can see, like, we love interacting with each other. So I need to ask you something. How many of you have actually spoke to new people? Can you raise your hand? How many of you started the conversation? You say, hey, what's up? Okay, few of them. Okay, studies have shown that basically this is real. Basically, they mapped out people in a room. And usually we spend more time with people that we already know than with people that we just don't know, right? And why is this? Well, it's interesting enough because our brain, basically, we were hunter-gatherers for 2 million years, and we spent all our time in a group of 50 or 100 people, individuals, right? So our brain is basically hardwired to get to know 150 people, and as a tribe, we were never basically interacting with other foreign tribes. So basically, it's in our brains. So it's interesting to see, how can we hack this? So basically, we're developing an app. Basically, we're starting with the iPhone, and basically, we want to build iPhone app that basically you have it, right? And once you have it, you can put in a question, whatever triggers you. And then this iPhone app is not just you can have it on your own. The trick is just you can pass it along, and you can ask other people about interesting stuff that you're just thinking on the spot. So we're thinking about this app. Pass it along, you get to ask people about something you're curious about, and then kind of centralize that data into our servers so you can see what people are asking around the world, and hopefully that's our ultimate intention, is to basically people to talk to strangers and have more interesting conversations with each other, so we live in a happier world, hopefully. And well, we're here, we live in Ireland, and we're fascinated being here, and if you guys have any questions or you have any suggestions of how can we hack it better and use technology for it, we're open to any questions. And this Twitter, and Meet for Real, and I'm Adrian, and she's Ellen. Thanks, guys.